as Pastor Izeyamu receives endorsement. Plus, Governor Gordon Obaseki inaugurates first sexual assault referral center in the state. A very good evening to you. Thank you for joining us tonight on the Maine's Bulletin. I am Agatha Egwari Ujo. 2 days to the governorship election in Edo State, officials of the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, security agencies, election observers, and party agents have inspected sensitive materials at the Central Bank of Nigeria. Robert Kukabona reports. The stakeholders defied the rain to carry out this exercise. Although newsmen were denied access to the premises or allowed to participate in the inspection, they were later briefed on the outcome.
We just went and inspected the materials in cartons, the sensitive materials, the ballot papers and the result sheets. And just now, the braille ballot box, that is the ones for people living with disability, especially the visually impaired, their own ballot papers also came in just now. So we are set for the elections tomorrow. So tomorrow morning, as early as 7:30, all of you will be here, and then we'll start the distribution to the various local governments.
We came on the invitation of INEC to inspect the materials that have just arrived, the sensitive materials, and by tomorrow these materials will be distributed to all the local governments. The invitation will also be extended to us as observer groups and stakeholders in the elections to come and observe the election. And with the level of what we have seen so far, I can confirm that yes, INEC is, as they have been saying in the last couple of days, they are truly prepared for the election, and we hope to see that all of these materials will be distributed to where they are expected to go to.
Non-sensitive materials were earlier distributed to local government INEC offices. In Benin, the 27 political parties and other groups have endorsed the APC candidate, Pastor Sagi Izeyamu. They expressed their resolve to mobilize for his victory at the poll at an event in Benin.
Motivated by the simple agenda, these political parties and groups are giving their support to the APC candidate because they believe that with him in power, more opportunities will be open to them as it was before the present administration in the state. The political parties include the Accord, All Progressives Grand Alliance, People Redemption Party, National Conscience Party, Masses Movement of Nigeria, Democratic Alternative, Young Progressives Party, National Democratic Liberty Party, Nigeria People's Congress, and the Change Advocacy Party.
But I want to for because you are my own. We have faith in him, and by the grace of God, he's going to win. I personally decide to come and support you on the basis of conviction.
Endorsement also came from Edo State photographers for Izeyamu, Yoruba APC Edo State, and Anyama indigenes based in Edo State.
With someone who has simple agenda, who has us in mind. Pastor is somebody that I've known for more than 27 years. So I know his capability, I know his commitment, I know when he takes over, he will deliver. We trust him on that. We are concerned that who governs this state, the well-being of our people is paramount to us. So we decided to take a stand, and APC is the way to go.
Pastor Izeyamu, who regretted the poor state of health and other facilities in the state, thanked the people for believing in him. He urged them to vote for the APC for a change.
But let me assure you that we are not going to practice the system of winner takes all, or a political party because they just won. It doesn't. That's wrong. We must reach out to other political parties because many of them have very solid ideas in different areas how we can move our state forward. So when you know you will vote for APC, unless you have them.
Since the commencement of campaigns, more groups and individuals have been declaring their support for the APC and its candidate to win at the election this Saturday. In Benin, Udakobon Achibon, NT News.
Meanwhile, the APC candidate Pastor Sage Zayamu is interfacing with members of the Nigerian Bar Association in the state on how he will serve their interest if he becomes the governor. He was at the Bar House in Benin City as part of his electioneering campaign.
The meeting addressed some issues on legal practice in the state. The chairman of the association in the state, Pius Oiwo, presented the issues to include non-integration of long-serving contract staff at the Ministry of Justice into the employ of government, mobility and financial autonomy for the judiciary.
President Muhammadu Buhari also signed the financial autonomy into law. Yet, we needed the states to also investigate or replicate this aspect. But we hear that recently the State House of Assembly stepped down the weight of this man. So as we stand now, the state judiciary is very careful the effective.
Pastor Izeyamu, who drew inspiration from his simple agenda, emphasized that it is time for those states to go for a leader who will lead by example, be accessible to the people, and be committed to reversing the dwindling fortunes of the people. He said he is able and ready to serve.
The financial authority will pay it, let them know it's their money, but we also ensure that in the area of the movement, we will see what is happening and ensure that it's going. I think this and South.
The APC and 13 other political parties will participate in the election this Saturday. Ogochkuka Ona, NT News.
And wife of the APC candidate, Professor Idia Izeyamu, says women empowerment captured in the simple agenda of her husband will address unemployment and the interest of women. She was guest at a micro enterprises enhancement scheme of employment for Edo women and youths by the National Directorate of Employment.
As at the last official census, women in those states are 49.5% of the population, and the effort of the federal government to uplift them has become imperative. Professor Izeyamu said such empowerment is one of the many programs the APC will bring to Edo women and other citizens if APC takes over power in the state.
We will promote the participation and leadership of women in all aspects of decision making and advancing their economic justice. And we will create cooperatives across the state which will give loans to market women as farmers so as to increase productivity.
The artisans are going to be carried along. The market women are going to be carried along. Because when you follow, I said follow who know.
About 2,000 Edo women and youths have benefited from the scheme by the National Directorate of Employment, which Director General was represented at the event. In Benin, Udakobon Achibon, NT News.
Former Head of State, General Abdulsalami Abubakar, has applauded the role of the Oba of Benin in ensuring peace ahead of Saturday's governorship election. General Abubakar stated this when he paid a courtesy visit on Oba Erai II at his palace. The report by Goodluck Inaini will come to you in the course of this bulletin. We'll take a break now. More reports shortly. Stay on.
I, Pastor Usagi Zeyami, want to promise the new people that by the grace of God, I become the governor of Edo State. My government will be built on sincerity, accountability, transparency, accessibility, and performance. Being able to execute within record time what we have promised. I cannot afford to disappoint you, and by the grace of God, I will not disappoint you. About the way.
My country people, Edo 2020 don't come. Now the time where we go come together to move Edo forward with Pastor Osagi Ize Iyamo and Malam Gani Audu with their progressive simple agenda where we bring come to better the lives of our people. Security and social welfare for the good people of Edo State good day. Infrastructural development and urban renewal. Manpower development and training of our women and youth. Public and private partnership. Leadership by example navigator. Employment creation and social empowerment scheme. Una don hear am? Pastor Osage Ize Iyamo and Malam Gani Audu get political experience. So therefore, make we give them our support and join the moving train of OPC to carry the people of Edo to the promised land. Now, Honorable Minister Clement Agba, Minister of State for Budget and National Planning, I bring una this message. APC, next level.
My people, make una go join me happy. Oh, Saze my pikin don see work. Because of the good work when Obaseki and Shuaibu dey do, now make me say make una vote am for broom. I will better. My sister, you know say Obaseki and Shuaibu not a broom again, now umbrella. Oh yes, my people, when I see this umbrella where I hold so, now the symbol of PDP. On the 19th of September, make una come out, go vote Obaseki and Shuaibu. Make them continue the good work where them start. Vote to secure better future where Governor Godwin Obaseki and Philip Shuaibu don't start. Vote umbrella. Vote PDP. PDP! Power to the people!
Vote for Godwin Obaseki and Philip Shuaibu. Vote for PDP.
Congratulatory message on your 91st birthday. My dear father, the Iyas of Benin Kingdom, on behalf of myself, my family, including the entire household of Christ Chosen Church of God worldwide, wish to congratulate you, the Iyas of Benin Kingdom, on your 91st birthday celebration. We eulogize you, sir, because your life has greatly and positively impacted many lives within and outside Edo State. Your laudable initiatives and programs have been a source of blessings to an uncountable number of youths in many states. We say, more grace to your elbow. We thank God for attaining this remarkable age of 91 and pray God to add many more years to you to enable you accomplish all that the Lord has laid in your heart. Once again, my beloved daddy and uncle, congratulations. We wish you many more years of good health, peace, and impactful life. Signed, Senior Apostle Dr. David E.O. Unwefi Ikwiwu, the elect of God, spiritual leader and general overseer.
Thank you for staying tuned and still on political matters. Edo State governorship candidate of the Young Progressive Party, Yobusa Osagiobare, has assured the people of the state of social amenities and effective administration if he is elected on Saturday. He gave the assurance at a rally in Benin City. Enjoy Igbo reports.
The rally, which took off from their campaign office off Sapler Road, visited Airport Road, First East Circular Road, and toured in Benin Metropolis. The governorship candidate, Iyobosa Osagiobare, promised Edo people quality education and infrastructure, among others.
YPP has actually come to change the narrative. So we are asking that Edo people will give us their vote so that we can bring about the necessary change that they have yearned for.
The party faithful say they are committed to drive the governorship ambition of the party's flag bearer.
About giving Edo State a digital village, and this is what none of the other political parties have thought about.
We are bringing free education, and we are bringing free healthcare for the pregnant women and the young ones.
Bring a better society and a sane society that will bring a developmental stride all across board. That is why we are here.
This is the first time the Young Progressive Party is producing a candidate for Edo gubernatorial election. The party was formed at the national level in June 2017 and in Edo State April 2020. In Benin, Joy Ebu, NTA News.
And the People's Democratic Party, PDP, says it is optimistic of a good outing on Saturday. National chairman of the party, Uche Secondus, visiting governors, both serving and former, said this at the party's grand finale of its governorship campaign. Elizabeth Omoko has more.
It is the grand finale of the PDP governorship campaign in Edo State. Card-carrying members and supporters from the 18 local government areas are here in Benin to hear from the national leadership who are also in the state to honor the candidate and incumbent governor, Gordon Obaseki, ahead of Saturday's election. The leader of the campaign council for Edo State, Yensam Wike, sets the tune for the campaign. National chairman of the party, Uche Secondus, and chairman South-South Governors Forum, Ifa Yokowa, give reasons why they should return the candidates. Governor Gordon Obaseki addresses the crowd.
We need to go back and tidy up. We don't campaign, we don't let the people there with us. What do you remain now? Let me go organize ourselves for election. And by the grace of God, we will win.
Labour leaders and teachers also endorse the incumbent governor. As the electorate prepare to cast their votes on Saturday, the People's Democratic Party, PDP, is confident of winning the governorship election in the state. In Benin, Elizabeth Omoko, NTA News.
And former head of, back to our earlier report where we told you that former head of state, General Abdusalami Abubakar, has applauded the role of the Oba of Benin in ensuring peace ahead of Saturday's election. He stated this when he paid a courtesy visit on Oba Erai II at his palace.
The former head of state, who was in town to hold a peace accord meeting with political gladiators ahead of Saturday's election, wants the Royal Majesty to sustain the tempo, describing his earlier effort to calm the political gladiators as highly significant.
For the role we have played. We have already set the moral by the way we caution and plot the aspects to the parties and caution them on the need to do decisions. We are well understood with them. We cannot come to a kingdom without coming to the response.
Oba Erai II is happy with the show of concern by the Peace Committee in ensuring a hitch-free polls on Saturday, describing it as a welcome development.
We pray that the peace and tranquility which we are told we have been able to bring about by that meeting with the people actors here in Paris, for which I continue to thank them. We pray that peace continue to happen and override all other perceived violence, perceived violence and protesting that are going on, and that your own task now
highlight of the visit was the presentation to the former head of state, General Abubakar, of a bronze cast of an Oba sitting in a traditional ceremonial position, praying for peace.
Was brought out from the inner collection, inner chamber, private collection of the Monoba.
Meanwhile, Oba Ewai II also granted an audience to the Inspector General of Police, Mohammed Abubakar Adamu, who assured the Oba of the readiness of his men in ensuring a peaceful environment before, during, and after the exercise. In Benin, Goodluck Inaemi, NT News.
The wife of Governor Gordon Obaseki, Mrs. Betsy Obaseki, has assured women in the state of more participation in governance if her husband is returned to office. She made the promise when she led other members of her campaign team to Oza Ward in Orion local government area. The PDP Women Campaign Team continued its tour with a visit to Oza Ward in Orion local government area. At the palace of the Odion of Oza, the wife of the governor sought royal blessings for the governor.
We all come here, big delegation, to come greet Una, thank Una for giving us better song, where they make us proud.
The campaign team proceeded to the field where women gathered to receive them.
We want better, correct people. We want people to give the work. We want them to continue so that the goal must move forward. On a no more on a do. On election day, go on a know on ourselves. We want to see anything from this world. On our export and go outside. On that day, everyone go in a police book. After they go in a carry in a PVC. I don't say, the work what they don't do, it don't go halfway.
PDP party leaders in the world pledged to vote for Governor Gordon Obaseki in Benin. Elizabeth Amako, NT News. To health matters now. Governor Gordon Obaseki has signed the state's register for convicted sexual offenders and has also officially inaugurated the first sexual assault referral center in the state, codenamed Vivian Center. Elizabeth Amako has more.
The Vivian Center is in memory of the late Vivian Ogu, who was murdered in 2009 by hoodlums, and Vera Waila Omozua, who was recently raped and killed. The center is to make it easier for survivors of rape to come forward for treatment and advice to boost the conviction of rapists. Signing the state's sexual offender register for convicts, Governor Obaseki said, until there are stringent penalties, the incidences of domestic violence, sexual exploitation and rape will continue to increase. Edo State Attorney General and Commissioner for Justice, who doubles as the chairperson of Edo State Sexual and Gender-Based Violence Response Team, Yinka Omurogbe, says every form of violence against the girl child and women in the society will not be condoned.
Sexual offenders register at the same time as formally launching the Vivian Center, which is the Sexual Assault Referral Center, the first of its kind in Edo State.
Prior to the official inauguration, 127 clients have been attended to since the commencement of the center 3 months ago. In Benin, Joy Ebu, NTA News.
The Committee on Health Institutions has expressed satisfaction with the management of the University of Benin Teaching Hospital, UBTH, and Federal Neuropsychiatric Hospital in Benin over what they describe as effective utilization of federal appropriated funds. Jidareke reports is that the committee was on oversight functions of the hospital.
Members of the House of Reps Committee on Health Institutions, led by its chairman, Pascal Obi, were received by the Chief Medical Director, Professor Dalitin Obaseki. They proceeded on a guided tour of ongoing projects in the hospital, which include NHIS complex, renal dialysis building, and the house officers' quarters.
From all indications, he has done well. He has full cooperation and understanding of his members of staff and management, and that's why they have been able to record this level of progress.
The legislators also had audience with management and staff of the hospital. Professor Obaseki says, despite challenges, especially that of low funding, the hospital under his administration has witnessed meaningful developments within a short period of its inception.
These are things we are already doing. So we know the real way to do is scale all this and show the system for this.
The visit affords staff an opportunity to interact with the legislators and also highlight some grey areas that are in need of legislative urgent attentions.
So please include in the protection provision for this use the issue of insurance, whether health insurance or life insurance.
The committee assured them of timely interventions in order to sustain what it described as impressive staff performance.
I advise that you liaise with your colleagues in other states so that if this problem is covered amongst all of you, you now be alone and come to the center. We address them the same way we are trying to sort out the JSC issue.
The legislators also visited Federal Neuropsychiatric Hospital in Uselu.
An overhead is not enough to deal with these things because we don't have surgical services, we don't have police diagnostic services, and I drive for a typical hospital, and so this is a major challenge we have.
The committee's visit is in accordance with sections 88 and 89 of the 1999 Constitution as amended, which mandates it to carry out oversight functions of all federal government's own health institutions in the country for optimal performance. In Benin, Jude Aweke, NTA News.
And as the world over celebrates this year's World Ozone Layer Day, Peter Oibo reports that some environmental experts in Edo State say the use of earth-friendly home equipment is key in the preservation of the ozone layer. The theme for this year's celebration is Ozone Layer for Life.
Since 1994, the United Nations General Assembly resolved that every 16 September is observed as World Ozone Layer Day. Research has it that life without the ozone layer is not possible, as it absorbs about 97 to 99% of the sun's radiation. The purpose of the celebration is to unveil the necessity of ozone layer and its protection. Some environmental specialists in Benin gave their opinions on the 2020 Ozone Layer Day.
This year is also a unique year in the sense that the very first convention that set out to address the issue of ozone depletion, which is also known as the Vienna Convention, is 35 years this year. In other words, this year is a double celebration. We are celebrating the normal Montreal Protocol that was signed in 1987. We are also celebrating the 35 years of global effort in protecting the ozone layer. And this day is specially set aside to create awareness for the very purpose of the and usefulness of the ozone layer.
For other chemicals that are human or biota-friendly, life-friendly, you see the ODS, which is simply a good ozone-depleting substance, are man-made. In an attempt for man to live a more comfortable life, they created some of these substances.
This year's celebration marks 35 years of Ozone Layer Day celebrations globally. In Benin, Peter Oibo, NTA News.
We'll take another break now. The concluding segment of the news comes thereafter. To stay tuned.
Aha! my good people of Edo State, the election day wey we dey wait for since don reach o. INEC don talk say without face mask you no go fit vote o. So therefore on that day as you dey go your voting center make you wear your face mask. For those wey no get nko, no worry, make dem come, we go give dem face mask free of charge. Una no go see Governor Obaseki and Felicia Ebo pictures for the ballot paper so, but una go see PDP wey be umbrella. As you put your index finger wey be your number one finger for the ink, then you go press that your number one finger inside the box wey near umbrella. Abeg make you careful o, make the ink no enter line or the other box, otherwise dem go cancel your vote be that. After voting, no rush go house. Make sure say your vote count. Make una remember say a vote for umbrella na im be vote for Obaseki, and Obaseki na im be umbrella. PDP, power to the people.
To announce the commencement of the 2020-2021 admission exercise, the university is equipped with world-class facilities such as the Anatomage table, Seaman 3G mannequins, and the Campus Learning Management System, among others, that enhance effective teaching and learning. The Campus LMS provides a computerized learning platform with video conferencing facilities which enable students to perform interactive academic activities online. The university has continued to showcase academic activities online on a Campus LMS despite the lockdown occasioned by the COVID-19 pandemic, based on the determination to graduate students within the stipulated time as defined in the admission letters. You are definitely assured of uninterrupted academic calendar at Edo University, Yamo. For further admission inquiries, please visit the university website on www.edouniversity.edu.ng to fill an application today to give your child an opportunity of world-class education. Signed, Registrar.
My good people of Edo State, Nado, I bring you greetings from Pastor Usagi Izeyamu, the man who won contest for governorship under the party APC, the man who writes the Simple Agenda Manifesto. We get all of una for mind for security, we dey inside. Infrastructural development, the one wey be say they bring good things come the people of Edo State, we dey inside. We wan train our women. You know say women, na we be the backbone of the nation. And when you train a woman, you train a nation. We wan empower our women with small money wey dem go take start business. Our youths, dem no forget una inside this matter. I want all of us to come out, make we begin put our finger for that place where broom dey. That place where they write APC, make we put our finger there, make we vote. When we vote for APC, we vote for Izeyamu. When we vote for Izeyamu, we vote for the Simple Agenda. When we vote for the Simple Agenda, we vote for change. Edo must move forward. Oh yeah, make we enter the train, make we go.
And that's how we end our package for tonight. Thank you for watching. 2 days to go. It is your right to come out on Saturday to vote candidate of your choice. Remember, no PVC, no face mask, no voting. So come to the polling stations with your PVC and your face mask. And no violence.